All right, so you may have noticed while you were gone, I put a little rectangle piece of paper on your desk. A lot of times we do what we call a $100 test. As I go through and talk about some of these things, these features are on that piece of paper that I gave you. And I'd like to ask you if I were to give you $100, how much would you spend on these different features that I'm going to show you? It helps us know where to prioritize and what to focus on and what's most important to you. So you can give $100 to one thing, you can split it out and give $20 here, $15 to this, $10 to this, or you maybe don't like any of it, and so you keep the $100 yourself and everything's zero. And if you don't mind filling those out as we go along, that'd be great, and you can give them back to me or just leave them on the desk and I'll pick them up later. So we created HealthTree Cure Hub. We've been working on it for probably almost 4 years, and I'm just going to show it to you real quickly. We have this Track My Myeloma section right here, and basically this is your story. You can put in your diagnosis, when you were diagnosed, your type of myeloma. There's some high risks at diagnosis that you can put in, and any genetic risks that you have. Your team of doctors that are treating you, you can put those into the system. So I worked at MD Anderson for about 12 years with patient experience, and the average patient at MD Anderson was seeing 3 different doctors, and those doctors didn't see the information from the other 2 doctors. It was all in different silos. So Cure Hub is a place where all of your information can live and you can have access to it. We do ask some basic questions about your health and your fitness, and then the treatment options. You can enter all of your treatments you've had, if there's been changes to them. You can enter the side effects you've experienced and how bad they were, and then you can enter your outcomes. What was the outcome of this treatment? And you can keep a record of all of that in here. We do have some doctors on staff that will go through and validate this information and make sure it's accurate for you as well. And this is kind of a nice place so that you can keep track as well. It's hard to remember everything, especially if you've been fighting this for a long time. Probably the favorite page of most of the people that are in Cure Hub is the labs page. It will display to you the treatments you've had. This patient was on D-PACE and then had a tandem transplant. They went on maintenance of Velcade, thalidomide, and Dex. And then you can see a graphic representation of what's happening with your labs over time, and compare that with the treatments you've had. There's also like a spreadsheet view of your labs as well. And we do have ways to automate this so you don't have to manually enter all those labs. I won't go into a lot of that detail right now because we don't have a whole lot of time, but there are some ways currently and new ways we're working on that will bring those labs in automatically for you. You can tell us a little bit about your imaging story if you would like, and the images that you've had. Also any genetic testing that you've had, you can enter that information in. And all of this becomes helpful because, like I said, this is your story of your myeloma journey. And there are a lot of people out there that are doing this much that we've showed you, that they would like your medical information to do research on. The biggest differentiator between us and a lot of those other places is that we have decided we want to give something back to the patients to help you. And so that's where I'm going to spend the bulk of my time, is what we've done to give back to you. So with that information, by entering your story, we're able to tell you what treatment options you qualify for. We can remove, and we do remove, and don't even show you any of the treatment options that you can have. And so if you go in here for this patient, there's these various treatment options, DARA-PD, DARA-RD. These would be 5-leaf treatments. So these are the treatments that myeloma experts would treat this patient with. It would be their first pick of treatment. You can click on the details and learn about this drug combination, watch some videos, read some of the supporting research on this treatment, And you can, if you find one that you're interested in and like, you can favorite, save to your favorites, and take these with you to your doctor and have a conversation with your doctor about the treatments. That's part of our goal is to help you become a part of the decision-making process in your treatments that you're receiving, and to be able to have a conversation with your doctor about those. It is broken up into, you can see your favorites, the expert preferred, and this is where we've gone to about 20, 25 myeloma specialists, given them all the different scenarios of different patients and asked them how they would treat each of these patients. So you're getting that opinion of about 20 experts in myeloma. We broke it out by stem cell transplant, 2-drug combos, 3-drug combos, or 4-drug combos. You can also go into clinical trials, and it's the same thing. We've partnered with Spark Cures, and Spark Cures will give you a customized list of trials that you qualify for. So they'll narrow down those 800 trials in clinicaltrials.gov into the ones that you actually could participate in or potentially participate in. One of the newer features we've done that I'm excited about is we've created a tool we call Patient Solutions, and it's all about side effects. So you can come in here, and we have about 120 different side effects. I'll go to the most commonly reported side effect is fatigue. So if you click on fatigue, you can see what patients are doing to try to help with the side effect of fatigue. The most popular one is rest when needed. Makes sense if you're tired. 95 patients have reported that they've tried that. 93% said it worked, 7% had no effect, and nobody reported feeling worse. Exercise routine, regular sleep, take your medication at bedtime, and you can see all the data behind that, how many patients are trying that, and the percentage that it works or didn't work. So if you're experiencing a side effect, you can come in here and you can look those up and see what others are doing. You can also maybe, let's say your doctor wants to put you on a new drug combination. So you can come in here and select the drug, whatever drug combination, you know, that they're going to put you on, and save that, and you can see other patients on that drug combination and what they're experiencing. So Ninlaro and prednisone, 57% of the patients on that in our system reported tired and fatigue, with the average severity level of 7. So, you know, 1 through 10, it's on the lower range. Low red blood cells was in 37%, neuropathy, 36%. So you could start to study that a little bit as you're deciding which drugs you want to take and see what other patients are experiencing on that drug, and maybe know what to anticipate and how to be prepared for that and not caught off guard. So that's called Patient Solutions. We also have a twin machine where you can go in, and we initially set this up just to find your genetic twin, but there's been lots of requests. People want to search on treatments that other patients are taking, location, lots of different things. So we've added a lot of filters there. But this specific search is, you know, I'm looking for a myeloma patient with gene deletion 17, and you can see all the patients in the system that have that gene deletion, and you can click on one, and you can see what treatments they've had. You can see what side effects they experienced, and you can see if the treatment worked or not for them. Again, if it's a genetic twin, it's likely that your experience could be similar to theirs. Again, just a tool to help you research and study and learn about your options and try to help you make decisions that you're faced with. We have created a community forums. It's kind of a Facebook type thing where you can just, ask questions. We've tried to divide it into categories and discussion topics, that you could go into, and if you're looking up for something specific, you can click on that and see what people are saying about whatever topic you're looking for there. And HealthTree University is, it's a great tool. It's one of our more popular ones as well. We've got a whole series of lessons in here. And within each lesson, myeloma basics part 1, there's lots of classes, 15 to 20 classes within each lesson. As you click on these and go through them, they're videos that you can watch. I'm going to pause that, but they're all these videos are by myeloma specialists all around the country. And they're usually 5 to 10 minute videos. We try not to make them really long. We try to keep them kind of short and succinct to the topic we're discussing. You can see the doctors that are teaching in these videos, and you can also take a quiz to test yourself to see how you're learning with that. So that is HealthTree University. Again, a great tool for you to learn from. We go from basics to transplants, classes of drugs, immunotherapy, imaging, stem cell transplant, genetic testing. There's just lots and lots of different categories in there to help you learn about myeloma. And again, forgive me, I know I'm going really fast. Normally, I do this in like an hour, and we're trying to get this in 10 to 15 minutes. So Greg talked a little bit about research, accelerating research with HealthTree Cure Hub. So we have a lot of surveys in here and studies. Like one study we're doing right now is multiple myeloma genetics and real-world outcomes. This is being led by Dr. Morgan at NYU and Dr. Diamond at Memorial Sloan Kettering. We've been running this for a couple months, and I think we're super close to having 1,000 patients in this study, which is really good for a couple months. We had one about vaccinations post-transplant. The doctor that we were working with, it was simple 5 questions that he was trying to ask people. And in 2 years, he had been able to get about 50 patients to answer those 5 questions. Approached us, we put it in here, and within 2 weeks, we had 600 answers for him. He was actually able to take that data and publish on it, and now others are learning from that and publishing on it, and we're learning from that. So part of our goal as well is to speed up research and make it a lot quicker than it is today. So that's the our surveys and our studies. There's new ones all the time that we're entering here. We've done 2 studies on COVID that have been very helpful as well. So in a really quick nutshell, that is HealthTree Cure Hub. If you don't have an account, sign up for one. Just go to healthtree.org. A lot of people are concerned about their data. We never share any personal information, never. Your data could be shared with researchers. You saw on the twin machine, other people within the system can see your treatments, but they won't see any of your personal information. And we do follow, as far as your data living in our systems, we have all the latest protocols for to keep your data safe so that somebody can't steal that. So that's generally a pretty big concern for people. And if any of you have questions about that, you can talk to me after. So again, that's it very quickly. Go home. If you don't have an account, again, to healthtree.org and create one and peruse through it and see what you think. And if you don't mind, again, filling out that $100 test of the parts that are most important to you and how much money you would pay for that, it would help us a lot. Thank you.